Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have episode number 14 of the I Rate Your Team series. Wait, it might actually be 15. I actually may have put the wrong number on the tweet. Let me actually go and check this, because I honestly feel like I just did. Okay. I rate your teams 15 this week. I made a mistake there. That one's on me. That one's on me, boys. But, of course, if you want a chance to be part of number 16, I'll make sure I fix that for next episode. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Who's trending on Twitter? Corey Davis, Josh Gady, of course. This has been an interesting start to this episode, man. Interesting start. But, yeah, follow me on Twitter. Every single Friday, this tweet will go live, and all you're going to want to do is send me a high-quality picture of your team. Unfortunately, of course, you guys know I cannot get through every single team, so you have a chance. 55 submissions, always a bunch of love on this series. On Twitter, on YouTube, I appreciate you guys always showing love. And, of course, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications for some, good old Madden 24 Ultimate Team content. Let's get started here with my man Ben's team. We finally did it. Finally built a nasty Cleveland team, full Browns with 4 mil. Bears O and Browns D. Plenty of room for cheats with extra specialist players, Woolen and Henderson specialist, or the cards you suggest to slip in on specialist and special teams. Okay, so first things first, I would say is a receiver. I don't think you said you had a receiver. I don't know. Whoever you believe is the best. If you have like a Randy Moss, that would be pretty good there too. But Raheem, you might think it's the cheat there. O-line actually isn't bad. It's not awful. And then you have Amari Cooper, OBJ. Cameron Mitchell's there, Rondé Barber. Yeah, you definitely got to use Rondé Barber. I don't know how many cheats you're going to end up having. I would assume probably like 5 cheats. So if it is going to be 5 cheats, you have 1 at quarterback. 1's quarterback. Does Jordan Reed get chems at... Does he get fullback chems or no? Because if not, then all you get is... Like, you're going to get 1 less cheat, basically. Actually, no. I don't think you do, actually. Because there's 2x chem cards now, but... Even with +2 speed, Jabril Peppers and Roddy Hickman are not ideal. Cameron Mitchell, 93 speed, can definitely play out there, and I believe he is man-to-man too. Or maybe he's man-to-man, so he might be able to make it work for him out there. And the specialist tab, here it is. Yeah, okay. Slot receiver, I would probably try to slip in a receiver. I would say a receiver and possibly... You have 1 DB. And probably a safety. That's probably what I would say. A wide receiver and a safety, I'd say, would probably help you the most. That's probably what I would say. As far as the team goes, I'm going to give this team probably a high 8 for the full Browns team. Obviously, still some holes, but it's actually pretty solid for a full Browns team. Much better than I thought it was going to be, if I'm being honest with you. And next up, we got my man Zeke's team, getting Aaron Donald and Alex Mack in the next few days. I start 25 Bijan on Vikings. And, he says this here. It actually reminds me to say something. People, I feel like on this game, I even get stuck in it sometimes. They buy the, cards that, like, immediately when they come out. And I think recently it's been, like, the worst it's ever been as far as cards going for so much. And then a week, 5 days later, they're going for 50% to 40% of the price. And that's how EA eats your coins. Maybe EA's doing it on purpose. I don't know. But for me, at least this year, I've been waiting to make my upgrades, being a little more patient. And I, by doing that, what I've been doing is the best way for me to do that is just get off Madden. Like when I'm not playing a game of Madden, get off the game, because that's when I find myself doing things I shouldn't be. Spending coins, and maybe I should buy that pack. Things like that. But Zeke's team probably will end up being pretty nasty. Zeke's got, what does he have here? 25 Vikings. I start Bijan. Okay, yeah, Bijan. Okay, he said he's just using Bijan on this team. I do think Bijan is the best running back in the game right now, better than Warwick Dunn. And I don't know what kind of, even if they will have one, what kind of, special ability the cover athlete running backs will have. But it's tough to beat AKA. And AKA right now, you have a 200-pound, 93 speed running back that gets 2 AP freight train. If you're willing to invest the AP into your run game, it's easily, like RB1 is easily not even close Bijan Robinson. But Tank Dell's actually kind of surprising on this team. I guess it makes sense at this point. Tank Dell, Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson. Tank Dell, is he the best? No, but I would assume that Zeke just wants to use his card, so he's using him, which I love, of course. Pat Surtain there, Ken Riley, Tariq Woolen, Myles Garrett, William Perry, Javon Curse, Ronnie Lott, Louis Sean. So, yeah, it is going to be a Vikings team, like he said. with I think he probably runs 6-1 with Derek Brooks, Micah Parsons, Luke Kuechly, Anthony Walker, and Ted Hendricks. That's just my guess. I am also kind of surprised that even with a Vikings team, Jordan Hicks isn't seeing the field, but I maybe would assume that Anthony Walker's his BND, but I don't know. And then at cornerback, Woolen, Surtain, Ken Riley, 3 pretty good corners there. And good pass rush as well. So I still do think maybe right now the best team in this game is going to be a 25-man God Squad team. Like probably the most consistent. Like you could probably build like any 25 theme team with really any God Squad is going to end up looking pretty good in this team. Definitely does. +1 speed across the board. Oh, and he's Bijan here, so that actually does make sense. And Avonte Maddox also does play, which is interesting. So I'm gonna give Zeke's team, let's toss him like a 9-6. I do think this team could be a little bit better if you know there's better guys than Avonte Maddox. You probably are keeping him for a reason. And the reason why you have 11 million coins is probably because you smartly spend them. That's the reality of it. So I'm gonna give, like I said, this team's like a 9-5. Let's keep going. This was another one here. Pat's offense and defense. Last time you rated them at 2 out of 10. I gave him a 1.8 out of 10 this week. The Jets offense, by the way, if you wanted to see like kind of a basis, maybe a 0.5 out of 10. So that's the Jets offense. Okay, here we go. We got a 25 Niners theme team Jets offense. So this should maybe be just added Djax and a few more blitz players. What is Djax price at right now? I literally just got home. I obviously wasn't able to record a Deshaun Jackson gameplay, but don't worry. The last week I will admit I haven't been locked in. A lot of things going on, Thanksgiving, family, things like that. So I haven't really been locked in. Obviously, that's done now. So, in regular gameplays, things like that will be back, but he's still 680. Which makes sense for his speed. Honestly, it's kind of surprising. I guess if this was like Mark Clayton, he'd probably be like 400K, but it's Deshaun Jackson. Of course, there's hype around that name, so it does make sense. Let's see the squad though. It should be, and really right now, the Niners team isn't that great. Like, I think this year more than ever, the Niners, the Raiders, Seattle's a different story, but those two teams really haven't been getting that much love through these promos, which is surprising. Normally, they're the ones that get the love. I would say right now, probably the team getting the most love, like Broncos, Eagles. Rams have been getting crazy receivers too. But Anthony Richardson here, Bijan Robinson, Deshaun Jackson, Jimmy Smith. So, 3 good receivers, good running back, good quarterback, probably best QB in the game, best quarterback in the game, debatably wide receiver. I want to say wide receiver 1, probably would still say Randy's probably better than Deshaun because he is only 5'10". But Jimmy Smith's pretty good too with good routing thresholds. I would assume this was 99 John Madden whenever he was boosted. And then Brian Branch, probably one of the best cards in the game right now. Pat Surtain, Tariq Woolen, DRC, Reggie White, Aaron Donald. This team I might actually end up giving them, even though there isn't that many Niners, right? This is pretty much like a full best at each position God Squad. And if a Niner comes out, he's ready to go, especially because he has Randy on the theme team as well. So that's 93 speed, the same as Deshaun Jackson. So especially because he has that, even the potential of a team like this, like they're probably really cool right now. But when does EA like to make money? Christmas. What teams do they like feeding? They like feeding the Raiders. They like feeding the Niners. Seattle will probably get fed as well. Obviously, those guys came out. A lot of the Seattle theme team. Think about when the Seattle theme team ate. They ate earlier in the year. We've already seen duplicate cards this year, so you can see the Seattle theme team going on a run for Zero Chill, and that's obviously one of the most important times of the year. And I am expecting there to be, the content schedule comes out Monday, and we see Team Diamonds coming out next Thursday. There's apparently a special reveal stream for that night, for Wednesday night. But I'm gonna give this team either way. I've been talking a lot. I really haven't. How many teams have we gone through? 3 teams. It's been 8 minutes. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. I'm gonna give this team a also, little tip: Joe Tippmann and Steve Avila. If you have offensive line cheats and you don't want to spend too much, go get those guys. Joe Tippmann, Steve Avila. They're the 2 guys you got to go after. And while I'm recording this, I'm actually not even sure if Steve Avila is even available yet. But Steve Avila, Joe Tippmann, get them both. Either way, I'm gonna give this team right here. I'm gonna give them a 9. I'll go 9-5 as well. Next up, Video Game Nerd. Jetso, still trying to upgrade the team, 300K. Could sell Bijan for 7. Still trying to upgrade the team with Bijan. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, this is the thing, spending this much on one position when your position guys look like this, you gotta make upgrades. If you want to, what good cards to buy, I made a video, I think, last week talking about the best cards to buy right now, as well as, best cards at every single price point. So those 2 videos will help you out a bunch. With 300K, I would sell Bijan and distribute the wealth around. Maybe follow blitz offers. If you see a blitz offer in the store for a promo of a card you like, go check his price. It's probably down right now. But that's just a little tip there. It's just a little tip. And as far as this team's rating, let's give him a Give him a 7, man. Probably 6'8", 6'5". Next up, 22 out of 25 Harvest team. We're going to get in 25, but Brian Branch was looking nice, and I couldn't. Just switched the Pats offense 2 games ago. Okay, for 6, Slinger, set feet, gift wrap, deep out KO, and on Ronnie and Curse, deep in on Palomau. That's actually smart. Liked and followed. Appreciate you, Roland, for showing love, bro. Appreciate it. But here we go. This team's pretty close to a Harvest team. Harvest Part 2, by the way, is coming out next Thursday. So that should help you guys complete a lot of those Harvest teams that you probably built. But Patty, Juszczyk, Ricky, Mike Irvin, Donald Parham. I'm surprised that, so you have 22. 22 would mean you would have to buy. Oh, we're going to get a 25. You could easily get 25 on this team, I feel like. Like, just get backups, right? I mean, unless you already have backups there. And also, you know, part 2 will make that a little bit easier. But even like Edgerrin James, I would probably still go Ricky, probably over Edgerrin. But your coin count's kind of low as well. But this team's actually pretty good. I would sell Mike Irvin. I don't think Mike Irvin's a good card to really have. He's a 91 overall. Right? He's a 91, right? They're 91, so... Are they? Yeah, they're 91s, right? Mike Irvin's 91. Am I tripping? Yeah, Mike Irvin 100% a 91. So they could drop Redux 91s whenever. They drop 90s whenever. They drop Reduxes whenever they want. So if they drop a Redux Mike Irvin, this card's price will probably end up plummeting. So I would be careful. I would probably, there's no reason for you to really hold the Mike Irvin card. Unless you're a big Mike Irvin fan, want to use Mike Irvin. I know it's tough. I said the same thing about CeeDee Lamb. Like, you just can't hold a card like this. You just can't. Unless you're going to build like a Dallas team, which actually probably could. You got some pretty good Dallas names here, like Jaron Curse. You got, of course, Mike Irvin and Zach Martin. So you can maybe do that if you wanted to with 25 Harvest, 25 Cowboys. But yeah, Brian Branch is a monster. I'm going to give this team right here, though. It's pretty good. I mean, it's definitely 9-3. I would like to see you, maybe go, once you get full Harvest, that team will be a lot better. And, of course, Part 2 is coming up. Next week, we have your boy Smitty. Didn't forget this week. 25 Rams, most feared. 2 cheats in places. Browns offense, like the pistol set. Rams defense, flexible QB. Have Kurt, Vic right now, Sefi, Gunslinger, Gift Wrap, Omaha, Playbook, Brooks, Midzone. Okay, this is I like this breakdown though. Nice breakdown from Smitty. So Rams with most feared. He's got Puka. That's crazy. Puka is crazy, and I feel like right now the most feared theme team with a really good theme team is actually elite. Like it's actually pretty good. If I'm you though, I'm leaving the most feared team. I'm selling all my most feared cards, and I'm just going to slowly kind of go into Harvest. I would do this once you get Steve Avila. Get Steve Avila, sell Cody, sell Laramie, sell these guys off, and I would start moving into a Harvest team. That'd be my tip for you. Kind of slowly get into it, and, this team will slowly, the Rams team, stick with them. The Rams team's really, really good. Deshaun Jackson, Puka, still have good corners. Kurt's a nice option at QB. They're still a good team, and I think they actually still have pretty good potential as well, which is also important. So if I'm you, I'm starting to phase over to a, like I said last week, transition in Madden over to a Harvest team slowly here as the days go on. But Puka, by the way, crazy to own. But yeah, 4 million still, you could definitely use Puka. And again, it's different holding Puka compared to holding a guy like Mike Irvin. First of all, Blitz is just a little bit different. There's no real easy way to get these LTDs like there was for, Bijan Robinson, guys like that. Not all LTs are really created equal, especially when they're 1 overall higher than the champions in this game. Naturally, people see the 93 overall and they go, "Oh my god, I need to get this card." But if you have a Rams team, is he worth it? No, but I see why. I see why you buy him. So I'm gonna give this team right here. It's pretty good, right? Pretty good team. We're gonna give him a another 9. I'm gonna go 9-6 for this team. I think pretty good squad. Next up, Bucks team. CBD usually sends in his teams a lot. We're taking a look at this one quickly. Warwick, Tank, Mike Evans, Randy Moss. Yeah, Talib, Revis, Rondé, Neal. To me though, I mean, actually, I was gonna say to me though, it's not really worth using. Like you don't need to use. I would probably get a better safety at backup, right? Get a better other safety over the top. I would say that. But really, I mean, I was gonna say maybe you shouldn't be using this many. If you're not gonna get 50 Buccaneers, you don't gotta use all the Buccaneers. But you're really not. It's actually really good what you're doing here. Pretty good squad, man. This is about a 9-2. I like this squad, CBD. Again, you sent some pretty good squads. Next up, 25 Jets, 25 Vikings, running Eagles, and Chiefs defense. 4 zone with strat cards, waiting for pace to come out. He'll be middle linebacker 2 instead of Kendricks. Was thinking about switching off this team. Honestly, it's too good. Okay, wait, what was the name? Oh, Vikes Jets. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, any recommendation for a cornerback to cheat who to replace Woolen? Which Woolen do you have? You don't need to replace anyone with Woolen. If anything, you have Revis. If anything, I would actually say replace Revis. If anything, if anybody's getting replaced, even on a Jets team, it would be Revis. I don't think it's Woolen. Woolen's a free S tier corner. It would make no sense to move on from a guy like that. If anything, I would rather you use, and if you can't, afford the 25-25, because of the chems, I would actually rather use Jordan Hicks and then use a cheat at cornerback if that's what you want, to kind of open up that chem. And I don't know what your specialist tabs look like, but hopefully, you're using the specialist tab because that can get you some more cheats as well. But Jordan Reed, obviously nice, all 32 team chems. Mike Vicks here on the Jets team. Adrian Peterson for Vikings. Garrett Wilson, Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson. 99 John Madden, there he is. Laken Tomlinson, Mason Cole, Joe Tittman, Lincoln Kennedy. Looking pretty good, man. So, his team meshes really well. It really does. Let's give my man's team right here, Nikki's team. Let's toss him I think this seems a cool 9-3. Cool, the 9-3 for this squad. I'm rocking with it. Next up, 100% Grim. 25 out of 50. Most feared Eagles. Multiple D. Biggest Deonta Foreman fan. Okay, Deonta Foreman fan with an Eagles most feared team. Eagles, how the heck you got 25 Eagles? Defense? How the heck is this 25 Eagles, bro? Eagles? Oh, sorry. Most feared Eagles. Oh, okay, I read that wrong. My bad. I thought it was 25 most feared in Eagles. I didn't see the O. I was so confused. But most feared team? Again, I'd be curious to see what a most feared Harvest team looks like. Would you have cheats on that team? I feel like you'd have a lot of cheats on that team. I feel like you probably would. Right? I feel like you gotta. But, not a bad looking team. Deonta Foreman, a great buy right now in this game. If you're looking for a top tier running back, don't want to spend too much on guys like Bijan or Ricky. I mean, Deonta's a great buy, bro. He's genuinely a great buy. So, I'm going to give this squad right here probably like a 9-1. 9-1, I'll toss him. Let's keep going, though. We got Flock Zay's team. No theme team, just God Squad. Marvin, Jimmy, Randy, Bijan, Richardson, Robert Gronkowski there. We got Jordan Reed, John Madden, Joe Tittman there. Out of position, I like it. Tariq Woolen, Champ Bailey. Okay. This team looks good. Again, no theme team. Makes me feel a little bit weird, Not seeing the full lineup. A little bit crazy to me, but if I were to build a team, low-key, if you want to be nasty, go Colts. Go Colts theme team, bro. You run a Colts theme team, you got Anthony Richardson and Marvin Harrison. If you got a Colts theme team, let me see it, man. If you're watching this video, I want to see a Colts theme team, bro. I want to see it. Tag me on it. Yo, if you got a Colts theme team, tag me in a tweet. Even before Friday. I just want to see one. We got Harold, Jets, and don't use middle linebackers. Okay, Jets. Okay, no theme team again. Okay, no speed there. Just height. Just really height. The defense is actually... I like your defense a lot. The defense is really good. Offense, your receivers, I feel like the height's not everything. Kind of slower in Jamar Chase. I would probably give this team right here. No theme team as well. I think this team's probably like an 8-9. Let's go 8-9 for that squad. Did I skip this team? No, we are good. We got Sosa's team. We're going to finish with my man Naipoli's team right here. I know I usually do get game heads teams in the video, so I apologize, game head. We have Sosa's team here. Dan the man. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know much about the card. Have not used him, have not tried him. I did hear his release was pretty bad though, and he obviously cannot move. Kenneth Walker, Marvin Harrison, Mike Urban, Randy Moss. Wow, wait, hold up. 25 Broncos, and he's got Brian Dawkins and Mike Urban just because why not? I can't lie, using having Mike Urban on the team for no reason is crazy. Having Mike Urban on the team for literally no reason is wild to me. Again, you're overspend for a card that's going to be getting +1 on your team, on your theme team. Do that. Not on a card that is just better because he's just better. And again, Redux could come out whenever. I probably would not hold that card, but 1 point. If you like Dan, stick with him. I'm not going to tell you not to if you like him. I think quarterback's so preference this year. I don't think there's a right answer at quarterback right now. This year more than ever. Normally, I will have a definitive QB1, but I think this year it's all about preference. I don't think there's any release that's like insane. Like you have to be using it. Like I don't think there's any release like even what was that release? Was it Gen 3 last year or 2 years ago? Gen 3, Slinger 1. Or Slinger 3, whatever it was the previous years. I don't think this year there is a release like that. If you feel that way, sure, but I just don't think with how this game plays, there is a release that I'm like, you need to be using right now. If you're not, you're messing up. But Broncos team with this, a very good looking squad. Kyle Pitts still rostered. Of course, could still do it. Kenneth Walker. Let's give, this defense is nutty. That's probably a 9. Let's go 9-6 for Sosa's team. Looking good. And for our last team, Noi Pie's team. With Ravens, Jets, special star Jack Campbell, Terminator, because this guy's going to be a demon. And picking up Deshaun Jackson tomorrow. So Deshaun Jackson probably over Bruce. On a Ravens, Niners team. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. Randy, D-Jax, OBJ. And then Troy Aikman, Gus Edwards with Ricky Williams and Trent Brown and Laken Tomlinson. And then we got Ken Riley, Marlon Humphrey, Ronnie Lott. Okay, this team actually wasn't as... Like, it's not really his fault. Like, I felt like, the Niners team is not that great right now. They're really not. But, final team ready of the day. Who's in the specialist? Jack Campbell, Terminator, Parsons, so no cornerback? Okay. Last team of the day. It was a 9. I'll give him a 9. 8-9 debatably, but of course if you want a chance to be part of the next episode, team down in the description. Today was one of those episodes where I tried to do a more in-depth breakdown. I usually try to switch it up each episode how I kind of record them, whether I'm doing quick hitters or new names, things like that. I try to mix it up. Obviously this week I didn't get through as many teams as I normally do, but I was trying to really get into these teams. So next week we'll do a quick hitter though. Next week, we'll try to get through like 30 teams in one episode. I think I could actually do that. I say that, but I'll get through 15. Either way, love you guys, and have a good rest of your Sunday. I will see you boys in the next one.